welcome to Sarah's Stamping Retreat. Today we're going to create a cute card using this Fruit for Thought stamp set and this new quad of embossing powders. So we've got Rusty, Kiwi Gold, Tomato and Olive, and together they make the Citrus quad. They're lovely bright colours, and they've also all got kind of pieces of glitter and things in them. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab some white cardstock, and I'm just going to stamp a whole load of these pieces. I'm going to stamp them with my embossing pad because I'm going to heat emboss them with these new powders. I'm going to do one colour at a time. So since I've just done the strawberries, I'm going to use this tomato colour. And with these powders that have the big pieces in, you want to heat them from the bottom rather than the top. So these powders are a little bit kind of mixed media-esque. So you get a different look each time you use them depending on how much of the bigger shards you get in them. And they're better for this kind of like flat style of stamp. You don't want to use anything too delicate with them unless you're looking for a kind of distressed look. So then I'm going to use the rusty one. And I quite like when not so much embossing powder stuck like here. I quite like to sprinkle a bit on top so you get some of those extra kind of glitter pieces on there. And although I like to start by heating from underneath, I like to finish by heating from above just to melt some of those bigger pieces. And then I just did the lemon, but I used the wrong powder by accident, so I'm just going to stamp those again. I'm going to use the Kiwi Gold for this. Just sprinkle on some of those bits of glitter. I guess the other ones that I kind of did in the wrong colour, the olive colour, are actually more like lime. And then I've got the pear, which I'm going to do in the olive colour. And then I'm going to use this Primary Evergreen Superfine Embossing Powder, which isn't part of this set, just as a bit of a contrast to just stamp like some of these little leaves and tops to the fruit. So then I'm going to go ahead and cut all of those out. So I've cut out all the pieces, and I've actually made enough for 2 cards, so we're going to create 2 cards. So I'm going to glue the little kind of leafy bits onto the fruit. And then I've got a UK A6 card blank, so that's 5 7/8 by 4 1/8 inches. And then this white piece is 3/4 of an inch smaller than that, and this navy piece is an inch smaller. And I'm just going to lay these out in this corner just to get an idea of where I want my sentiment. So I'm going to heat emboss this happy birthday sentiment up in this corner here. And then I'm going to heat emboss that with white embossing powder. And then I'm going to layer that up on the white piece. And then that can go onto our card front. So then I'm going to add on my fruit. And then I'm just going to go in with some white enamel dots. So then there's that first card finished. Then for my second card, I'm going to use the You're the Zest sentiment from the stamp set that we're using. I'm going to stamp that across here. And then I'm going to heat emboss that with white embossing powder. So then I've got a piece of white cardstock that's the same width as my card blank and 2.5 inches, and a piece of navy that's the same width and 2.25 inches. So I'm going to glue those pieces together. So then I'm just going to put these fruit along here. So then I'm going to glue this onto my card front. And then I've just cut 3 stripes, all about 1/4 of an inch wide, from white cardstock. And I'm putting part of a stripe next to my sentiment on one side and just cut off the excess. And then I'm going to pop another piece the other side. And then I'm going to glue on another stripe underneath that. And one above it. So then there are today's 2 cards, created using that Citrus quad of embossing powders and the Fruits for Thought stamp set. I really hope that you enjoyed creating them with me. Please do let me know in the comments below which is your favourite. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd really appreciate you clicking like below, and you can also press subscribe if you'd like to see future videos. If you press the bell button and select all, then YouTube will also notify you when I've got a new video available. All of the products that I've used for today's cards are listed in the description below, and there's also a link there to the blog where you can find a picture supply list if that helps you find what you're looking for. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope to see you again soon.